If you want to double your client list, then you're going to need a strategy beyond hoping for referrals. And that is where learning digital marketing comes in hand. One digital marketing strategy that's worked for us includes podcasting. So if podcasting is the answer, then you might be asking yourself, well, then what's the problem? My podcasting process has evolved with time to allow me the ability to batch episodes ahead of time so I'm not stressed or scrambling last minute to make sure that we're putting consistent content out there to get in front of people who do reach out and work with us. We've created a cost-effective funnel to bring clients to us, to our business, through podcasting, and that's made possible through an efficient system that we have with batch recording podcast episodes ahead of time. In today's video, I'm sharing my podcast process. I'm going to show you how to batch create with me. Podcasting is a great way to produce evergreen content, meaning content that can last ultimately forever. What I mean in the world of digital marketing is called long-form content. Long-form content means in-depth, detailed, and extensive material that provides a deep dive into specific topics, offering thorough understanding and insights. Examples can include blog posts, podcast episodes, YouTube videos, webinars, courses, case studies, and even featured articles. Now, you can break down long-form content such as podcast episodes into short-form videos by splicing up that you can edit down pieces from the longer form podcast into short audio or video clips and repurpose those for something like Instagram. But in today's video, I'm just going to be explaining my podcast batch creation process. But if you do want to learn more about Instagram, I want you to watch this next video that I'm linking above. Before I show you how to batch create content with me, you might be wondering, well, where do I get my ideas for the podcast episodes anyway? Now, I've got a content marketing plan, and there's various ways that I find topics and I actually know how to create content for the podcast based on a few different strategies. The first would be keywords, but you don't want to overemphasize keyword search because if you make your podcast episodes too keyword heavy, you're not going to think about the user, meaning the person that you're marketing to and what they might be wanting beyond just that keyword. So you really need a combination of keywords and learning what your clients or your audience who you're marketing to, what they want and need, meaning what are their problems, their pains, and their frustrations. So you can think about questions that commonly ask you, concerns that they typically have, and then you want to relate what your business does and the problem you solve with the way that your ideal clients and your audience expresses their desires and concerns. You can also talk about topics requested by clients and ask them what they want you to share, or you can look at things that they have questions about. And common trends are a great way to come up with episode ideas. So for example, if you're in the finance world and there's new topics that you want to discuss, new research that's coming out, new legislation that's passing, you might want to discuss that because you're going to be up to date with current knowledge and you want to relate those updates with the pains and frustrations of your unique audience. Maybe you're marketing to moms or women in finance, or you're talking about some particular type of person at a particular part in their journey and you want to emphasize that with your content. My podcast process is based on my business dietitian boss and helping registered dietitians grow a business. And so I talk about current trends in digital marketing and issues in the field of nutrition and how I can help dietitians not only start but grow their online business. They can become a virtual dietitian. You want to emphasize storytelling in your podcasting, so you're not making your episodes boring. Interviews are a great way to add more content. So you can talk to people who might have some depth of knowledge related to a particular topic with what you solve in your business. Trends would be a topic that you can cover, and reflections, maybe end of year reflections or reflections about problems and concerns that your clients or your audience are struggling with. It's much easier to batch create when you know what kind of cadence you have, how often you're publishing content, and what the main themes are, including what you're publishing. If you're wondering about the production process of a podcast, there's a preparation phase where you're first thinking about the keywords and the topics of conversation that people want to learn and maybe even trends in the marketplace. Then there's the actual recording, and then there's the post-production. And the post-production can include editing. Maybe you're turning your podcast episode into a transcription, a blog post. You're sending out your podcast episode to your newsletter so that you can get people engaged and make sure that you're spreading the word about the podcast so you get more listens. And then you might be wondering, what's a podcasting workflow? So here's a sneak peek of ours and how it works. Now, if you were to batch create with me, I want to walk you through how we do this. We first think about what episodes for the following year. So we have a calendar for, I'll show you 2024. And we also have 2023 on this tab. We use an Excel sheet. We also use the project management software Asana. So then for each published date that we have, which happens to be Mondays, that's tabulated on the Excel sheet. And then we fill in what that episode title will be. And part of the pre-work in the podcast would be me researching some of the title ideas, not just the keywords, but also what people are asking for. So I'm going to create the topic and the title of the episode first. And so I'm going to write that down in one column. And then there is a template that we have in our project management tool where our team will go ahead and as soon as I've recorded the episode, they'll be triggered to post-produce the episode, including editing and making the episode live. And then we communicate through the Excel spreadsheet and through our project management system, in addition to some team meetings where any communication gaps are filled to make sure that we are getting our content out there and published on time. So we're able to produce, let's say, anywhere from 30 to 60 days ahead. Now, I would produce even further ahead for our podcast episodes, but I do know that sometimes with us launching different things, we also work with affiliate marketing and partnerships. What we plug into the episode in terms of promotion and our strategy with the episodes in relation to what we're promoting can vary depending on our launch schedule. So I do make sure that I don't podcast prep too far ahead. So I think 30 to 60 days is what our target includes for our podcast production. We also, of course, want to look back at the metrics and see what podcast is performing the best. Are we getting any feedback? How should we alter our future strategy based on not only the amount of downloads, but any feedback that we're getting from our clients and from our audience? So I hope that you found this episode helpful. And I do want to let you know that if you want to do this yourself and you want to learn digital marketing, I encourage you to subscribe to our channel. And if you're looking for help and you want someone to take this off of your plate, I run an agency where we not only produce content for you, like podcasting, email, and social media, but we also build websites. So make sure to apply for a sales call linked in the description below so you can learn how we can help you in our business so that you can double your client load. We'll see you next time.